for 6:30 tonight. Before I begin, let me welcome Kevin Ahern, our full board members, and Marion Dodge, who is an alternate. Also send a well wish to our former chair members, Steve Gary, who have done a fantastic job with the board over the years. The first on the petition is the ZB-2011-0007, a petition for special permit. Is James Tavares. Address is 1703 Middlesex Street. A petition to extend an existing non-conform use of a warehouse to another non-conform use of manufacturing, assembly, reconditioning pursuant to section 4.5.2 of zoning ordinance. Mr. Tavares, could you please come to the podium? Could you tell us a little bit about your petition, please? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight to ask for a special permit to allow me to move my business from Congress Street today over to Middlesex Street. I have a business about 25 years. We employ roughly 32 to 38 people on average, and we are basically a reconditioning house. What we do is we repair electronic equipment, whether it be a keyboard, a television, a monitor, PC, a printer. That's what we do. We provide those services to large corporations. So what we're asking for is to be able to make that warehouse today basically an assembly operation, kind of clean up the area a little bit, provide some more jobs in the future for the people of the city. Currently, in my, of the 38 people we have, or 32 people we have roughly, there is 30% of my employees come from the city. They use the bus line, so that was another reason why we looked at Middlesex Street as well. If you grant the permit, we'll see where we're going to go from here, but we're hoping that we can get this done. There's a couple of reliefs we're looking for that's in my letter to the board, which I think you have received. I think one was the boundary markings. There has been no boundary markings that anybody can find. It's probably over 20 or 30 years old that we know of. The other thing is we talked about creating, possibly try to create more jobs, but also there's another couple other items in that list which you have, which I don't know that I can fix right away. I did read what Joe Genowitz had sent me about the ZBA findings relative to greenery, relative to parking lot striping, and working with the Indian Temple and the sports in the area. I did meet with the Indian Temple 2 weeks ago. I invited them to my facility today. I don't think anybody has any objections from what I can see. They were very, very appreciative of meeting with me, and also they were really kind of shocked at what I actually did. So it was good. Relative to the parking that I read on the ZBA findings, there's only, I believe, 11 parking spots in the front of the building. Everything else in the back is locked with a fence, which I'd like to keep it that way if at all possible. Try to keep anything out from in the back of the building because there's nothing back there except for the railroad tracks and a fence. That's what I do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kevin, any question for Mr. Tavares?
The only questions that I had, I drove by the property over the past couple days. I think it's a good use of the facility. I'm familiar with it from when Sterling Corporation was in there, their warehousing and other efforts. My only question was dumpsters and recycling. I assume you have some recycling that you do with the cathode tubes and things like that.
Yes, from a dumpster point of view, first of all, there is actually a part of the building in the back that's 11 by 27, which we plan to use to put the dumpster in. It's got a door on it. We're going to have to put like an overhead door instead of a double door, but it's big enough to hold 2 dumpsters from what we've been told. So that is where our plans are today. If that would change, I would have to talk to DPD and ask them where we could put it. But I think we'll be okay. Relative to recycling, we do recycle, but everything is taken in and out through tractor trailer. And we send it up to a refining company that's an EPA-approved facility, such as Colt Refining or Environmental Office Solutions or one of those places. Everything, if you come to my facility today, you'll see that's how we do things. Everything is neat, organized.
So it's around the back of the building, though, at this
Be in
facility?
the back of the building, nothing would be in the
The
front.
intent, okay. And then my only other question was, I know Saturdays are a little crazy over there with soccer and everything else
Yep.
going on. And the temple sometimes have some functions on Saturday as
Mm-hmm.
well. I saw that you have some seasonal hours on Saturday, 9
We-
to 2:30?
We only work Saturday, just November, December, basically November and December. One of our clients, our customers, requires us to work Saturdays from 9 to 2.
Okay,
And that's the only time we would work on Saturday. Other than that, the only one that's usually there on Saturday is me.
okay, I think that's off-season then for soccer anyway.
Yeah, but
So-
that's the only time we work on Saturdays.
Okay, I'm glad you met with the temple as long as they're in line and there's no
Yeah,
concerns there, obviously.
we had a good conversation a couple weeks ago, and they were pretty pleased,
Okay, I'm good,
which is okay by me.
Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Gary, any question, sir?
Through you, Mr. Vice Chairman, I do want to thank the petitioner for being very well prepared, bringing this petition forward. As it relates to the present condition of the site now, are you going to be responsible for the cleanup, or is the current owner going to be? I
What-
know there's a lot of debris and stuff being left there, and I just want to make sure that moving forward is
Gone. I met with, I did two things. In my purchase and sale agreement, which I have not gotten back yet, which I'm supposed to have getting back today or tomorrow, I asked the existing owner to basically broom sweep the area, which means get rid of, as you have seen, the tires, the trash, that should be all gone. Beyond that, I will be taking care of the cleanup, and it will never look like that, ever. I agree with you, I was a mess.
now that-
Doesn't show well, doesn't look good. It wouldn't, if I'm gonna invest this kind of money, I don't want it to look like a dump either. So I want it to be taken care of.
No, and as it relates to that, in your notice to us, you have moved your location of your company several towns, and finally settling into Lowell.
Yep.
As a welcome site to our community to have another business, especially on the bus line and employing city residents, and I do applaud you for that, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bill, any questions, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Couple of questions for the petitioner. Mr. Ahern asked about the dumpsters in the rear. Where exactly did you say you're going to position the dumpsters?
There is, if in the back of the plan,
Yep.
you're gonna see on the far side, it's a little small square, there's actually a concrete pad next to it. Sorry. This is actually an 11 by 27 foot room. That's actually a built-in, it's like a storage area. It has a double door on it today. We're probably gonna change it to a garage opening door, so Allied Waste or JRM will be able to come in, pick up the trash, empty it out on weekly
Okay.
basis.
So it'll be internal to the facility. There'll be no external dumpsters that you'll be required to have.
If there is an external dumpster, if we do, I would come back and ask you to do that.
Correct.
But as of right now, we have no plans to have any external dumpsters.
Okay. Which means you'd have the dumpster company driving. When would they be normally doing pickups at your place?
That's, let's see, that's a good question. I don't know when Allied Waste would do them in that area. That answer I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to set up the contract with them.
Well, would that be a weekly service?
It would be
Yep.
definitely weekly, and probably between 8 and 5 anyway.
Right, somebody probably have to be there except for yourself on the weekends, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they would not be picking up or delivering on the weekends. That is not gonna happen.
Okay. So you talked about the cleanup in the area. I mean, I've taken a ride by there a few different times because it was a different petition also. So currently, I think there was like a storage trailer or something on that side. Does that belong to you, or is that leaving at some point?
There's, as of 2 days ago, there was two storage trailers that were just dropped there. Big trailers, they're not mine. And nothing else from a storage, a ground trailer. There is no other ground trailers there that I saw. There's only 2 in the back.
Okay,
They would probably be under the Genkin business. I think it's
Okay.
theirs.
the right-of-way as shown in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who actually owns, what's your understanding of who owns that?
I don't know actually who owns it, but when I looked at the lot plan from talking to Mr. Perkins, he believes that it's part of the 3.57 acres, so it could be ours.
Because I'm sure you noticed, at least I did, if you were to take that right-of-way, say coming from the Jiffy Lube entrance, there's 2 fairly large potholes.
Sorry,
And I'm just envisioning if you have this many employees or customers or visitors, I was curious who's going to address the potholes. Not to put more burden on you, but I was
Right.
wondering.
we'd have to take a look at it, I think, and you know, if it's my responsibility, I have to take care of it.
Yep.
It shouldn't be like that.
Is that anything that we need to address with this gentleman individually, or how does something like that get handled? Again, I'm not trying to put more burden on him. I was just curious based on potential traffic flow with the number of employees that you have, or I'm not sure how many visitors
We,
you have come to your facility.
very rarely do we have our customers, customers usually come initially, and then after that, you know, maybe we see one of our customers once a month,
Yep.
if that.
And again, I wasn't
What trouble with
sure,
employees.
do you own any trucks yourself?
We have a van, a car, and a pickup truck.
Okay, so you're not really, no
Tractor
heavy
trailers,
vehicles going back and forth?
nope.
Anything on the,
I don't think that's something the board would have to condition as part of an approval or anything. From what I understand, that the right-of-way is part of Mr. Tavares's property, but I don't think it's something the board would have to petition. if
well, I was
they-
curious, is it shared by, for instance, if his P&S goes through with the temple, is that shared?
Well, the temple uses that to get to their parking lot, that is correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. As it relates to parking in the front, I see on the plan, you have set up for, looks like 5 handicap parking.
Yes.
Now, what about in the rear? Is there any handicap parking?
There's nothing, as of right now, nothing in the rear, and I think the ones that we have laid out in the front met the code requirement.
Right. Do
And
we
where
need- I'm sorry.
where it's a flat spot,
Yep.
I mean, the rear is a set of stairs, I thought it would be the best to put them in the front.
Do they need to have anything, I think we asked this on the other petition, any handicap parking required on the rear of the facility?
No, there's none that's required in the rear of the facility.
Okay. I would assume your employees, the ones that are traveling by car, would be parking in back?
Correct, except for me, myself and my office staff in the front.
Correct, okay. Yeah, because I know the parking in front there, it's kind of interesting how that whole lot is cut out. It's almost like your parking spots would actually be part of how you would enter and
Right.
exit that place.
I thought it was kind of interesting too.
It's very weird how it's cut up.
One of the plans I saw actually had a truck backed up to the front door. I don't know how that got on there, but
Yep. But all deliveries would be in the rear.
Yeah.
Deliveries or pickup would be in the
the
rear.
deliveries and pickups would be on the side of the building.
Yep,
There's actually 4 docks on the far side of the building away from the temple.
yep,
There's 4 docks existing there today. That's where the deliveries and pickups would be right there.
okay. And I would also envision, you said you have approximately 30-some employees today. Has that been a fairly good average for your business
Yeah,
through
that's-
the years?
Yes,
Yep.
it's been a good average, but like Joe and I had talked in the past, I'm courting 3 major clients right now.
Yep.
If I receive 1 or 2 of them, then I could add, you know, maybe 10 employees, maybe 12 employees, which would be great.
Yep. Okay.
And I think it's gonna help the area too. I mean, you know, even with my employees today, they're always going out to the store. You know, they'll visit Kentucky Fried Chicken, they'll visit all the stores around, I'm sure of that.
The last question I had was, are you planning on the front of the building, putting the name of your company there and taking down the Sterling sign?
That's a very good question. I did see the listing to get a special permit for a sign. I have thought about it. I'm just not ready for the sign yet. So I'd rather actually like to take the Sterling sign down because half of it's broken. But that's the only thing I can tell you about the sign. If I have a sign made, I'll make sure it goes through the city to make sure it's approved.
Yeah, so if that happens down the road, if he's putting signage on the building, for instance, would he need to come back through to seek the permit for the signage?
Only if it's internally illuminated would he have to come back. If he wants to have it externally illuminated and it meets the
Yeah,
size requirements, then it could just be a building permit
because I
application.
don't, well, unless he worked out something on the Middlesex Street itself, if you want to put a sign out up there, I guess that would end up being a different issue, right? Yeah. So only illumination would he have to come before us? Yeah.
As far as I can tell. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I wish you the best of luck with the plan.
Thank you very much.
I think it'll be a great addition to the area, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Corey?
Yes, through you, Mr. Vice Chair. A couple questions for the petitioner. Now, you said most of your clients are bigger companies. So out of curiosity, do you have any like public walk-in business or like one individual homeowner with a computer or?
We did do some public walk-in business where I am today. It's probably less than 5% of my business, public walk-in. For example, if someone brings in a flat screen TV that needs to be repaired, they walk it in.
Okay.
Other than that, you know, because of the products we repair, usually the public will buy low-end printers or low-end monitors or that type of stuff. They don't bring them in. They either throw them out and buy new ones. My clients will buy, you know, $5,000 machines and send me in a PC out of it or a keyboard that costs $400, which is a retail keyboard. So generally, I don't do a lot of consumer-based business. Do I do some? Yep. But like I said, I would say last year we did a little bit over $3 million in sales, and we probably did $10,000 worth of walk-in business. So
Okay.
percentage-wise, it's very, very small.
Okay, appears to be a low percentage. I don't see that being an impact.
Yeah, I don't want a lot of cars coming in, dropping, you know, I mean, they have to go around back like everybody
Right,
else.
that's why I'm asking,
Yep.
in all honesty. Okay, all right, well, it's a small enough percentage. I don't have a problem with that. Now, I can see your prospective purchaser as well to the building, huh? Rather than a renter, you looking to buy the building as well?
Yes.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's what we want, and they're a long-term tenant, and you appear to be certainly that. So you're looking to occupy all the 40,000 square feet, if not right away, and then...
My plan is to occupy roughly 20,500 square feet initially, because that's what my loan requirement is for. I plan to potentially rent out 15,000 square feet as warehouse space, which it is already zoned for today. And then after that, the rest of it will be just us.
Okay, so you'll be subleasing out portions of this building
Potentially.
for the time being, okay.
Right. I don't think we'll do it right away unless somebody decides they want to walk down the street and all of a sudden rent 15,000 square feet, but there's a lot of space available right now all over the place, so I don't know if we're going to do that right away.
Okay, well, hopefully...
My company will carry the mortgage amount, so until I can find a tenant or look for a tenant, that's not my initial plan.
Okay. Well, it's a great petition. It's a mixed-use area, and you're certainly qualified for that. So I want you to know I do support you. I've spoken to representatives from the temple. They are more than pleased with the nature of your business, so you have their support as well, apparently. And I'm, as a board member, very pleased that you're staying in Lowell and keeping these jobs in Lowell. I couldn't be more ecstatic. So we're here to help you in that sense. So I do support you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Corey. Rick, any question?
No questions, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Marion, any question?
I just have a curiosity question as to what are you renting right now on Congress Street or? are you
Yes.
doing that? You do? Oh, okay, great. So you're gonna be moving out of there in purchasing in Lowell.
Into a little bit bigger facility for us.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Marion. I do concur with my fellow board member. This is a much better proposal than the previous proposal that we granted, and this certainly fit with the harmonies of the area. And like my fellow board member, I do appreciate that the fact that you not only want to stay in Lowell, but also you purchase the area and looking to expand in Lowell. This is a great thing for the city. But before I call, ask for a motion and call the roll, let me ask the audience if anyone in the audience have any oppositions to the petition, or no opposition. That portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone here in support of this petition? Mark, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice Chairman, and members of the ZBA. My name is Mark Goldman, 58 Oakland Street, Lowell, Mass. Wish to record in favor of this. This is a win-win-win situation. It's a win for the city, it's a win for the tax base of the city, and it's a win for the community, the neighborhood. It fits into the neighborhood character. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Is there anyone here like to speak in support of this petition? Hearing none, that portion of public hearings is closed. Let's call the roll, and let's ask for a motion first.
Mr. Vice Chair, make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second, sir?
Second motion.
Joe, please call the roll.
Mr. Bailey?
Approved.
Mr. Belanger?
Approve.
Mr. Ahern?
Approve.
Mr. Perrin?
Approved.
And Mr. Nguyen?
Approve. You've been approved with 5 votes, sir. Please, unanimous vote. Please come over here and sign this, and you'll be on your way. Here, my pen. Yes, sir. Sign anywhere, sir, and date today's date, 4/11, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the approval of the last meeting minute, that is February 28, 2011. Everyone got a chance to review them. Do I hear a motion
Yep,
to
I believe
accept?
so, Mr. Vice Chair. So that being said, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting dated February 28th, 2011.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor of accepting the minute, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The February 28 minute has been approved. Next orders of the business is the annual meeting, election of officers. Since Steve's gone and we have a new members, I want to nominate Bill Bailey to be the chair, the next chair of Zoning Board of Appeal.
And I will second the motion.
Joe, please call the roll.
Member Belanger?
Approve.
Mr. Ahern?
I approve.
Mr. Perrin?
Approved.
Mr. Nguyen?
I approve.
And Mr. Bienvenu?
I approve.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
The next is the election of the vice chair.
Yep, I'll make a motion to nominate Vesna Nguyen as Vice Chair of the Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals.
Second the motion.
Since I'm still here,
Mr.
let's call the roll, please.
Mr. Bailey?
Approved.
Mr. Belanger?
Approve.
Mr. Ahern?
Approve.
Mr. Perrin?
Approve.
Mr. Bienvenu?
Approved.
I'll stay put, thank you. The next, the approval of the election of the secretary.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve Corey Belanger.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Let's call the roll, Joe.
Mr. Bailey?
Approved.
Mr. Ahern?
Approve.
Mr. Perrin?
Approve.
Mr. Nguyen?
Approve.
And Mr. Bienvenu?
Approved.
Thank you. With nothing on the agenda, nothing else, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Vice Chair.
Are those in support of adjourning this meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, Joe.